it's all about preparation. If a person really prepares themselves to sit down and really want it, because it's oh yeah, like you could sit back and talk to the person all day about doing this, doing that, doing it. But a person is going to show what they really want to do, and what they really want to do is what they're going to do. They're going to go out here if they really want to try and get a job and want to do it, then they're gonna do that. But if they want to run the streets and they want to do this and hang this that's what they're going to do. So my thing is, I think that, and then speaking about the people that's out here in the streets who are already out here, people out here, because things change every day. They got AI now. The job applications is changing every day. Us as normal citizens who haven't went to jail are still trying to figure out these new things and so forth. So you see in here, the technology is in the studio, all this stuff. You got two nephews in here, or two that be in here, that came in here and just figured it out. They didn't know how to do none of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? They came in here and applied themselves and tried to figure it out. And they did. It's just all about you, in my opinion, and what you want out of life and how you want to do it. Because an excuse is an excuse. And we can't be in the mindset of making excuses, because people make excuses and making excuses and then they end up back in jail. That's what it is. I think that's for me. I'm not saying about it, in my opinion. I think that the excuse making, but we have podcasts like ours and other podcasts that are actually speaking to people about not going back to jail. We're speaking to the masses about not going to jail. We had people I had somebody call me today, just now, before the podcast, before we came in here and sat down. I was talking to somebody about, the message, the positive message of Tales from the Jails and what it's doing, and how they want to get it into these juvenile facilities, into these schools, and get the message out there, because they understand that positivity. We have podcasts that speaking positivity with real life stories. People need to see it. But I just think that if we all come together and everybody just stay focused, we can accomplish everything. I think the main issue is that we don't really stick together all the time, and people, don't have the patience to come out here and really try to make something happen. I think that starts with you. Focus on you. If anybody come on from jail, anybody watching this, right? Even if anybody, from my opinion, anybody out here on the streets that been out here, you know what I'm saying? People, places, and things is very, very important. Focus on you. Yeah, I'm from West Philly, and I got friends out west and all. I don't go down there. I'm ashamed to hang down there. And it's not because I'm not. I don't love them, or I don't care about them. Is that why do I have time to waste to sit down and talk about stuff that I don't need to talk about, like 5 days a week? I gotta figure out what I gotta do. I gotta figure out the things in the morning, and then you can say, "Oh well, you got so much going on." I got stuff going on because I got stuff going on. If it makes any sense, I'm trying to do different stuff to keep things going. I'm not sitting around shooting the breeze, talking about stuff, doing stuff, and hanging out in places I shouldn't hang out, because I have things that I want to do. You know, if that makes sense. So I just would advise anybody to, put yourself first, man. Focus on you. Do what you gotta do for you. Something is moving for you. If something is moving in the right direction, give it your all. If you see one thing going in the right direction, I don't care if it's like taking a half a step. Give it your all. Go in there and just figure out as much as you can about that one thing. I did it. Man. And I once I seen one thing going in that direction, I just kept going and giving it my all into that direction, and it'll pay off. So we gotta get out of the fact of the matter of making excuses. You see people in wheelchairs. I know a guy right now that's in a wheelchair that can't even walk. This guy owns like 100 and some properties. He can't even walk, and he got a messed up hand. Whereas though he can't even write really. He gotta hold a cell phone with his left hand, and he's out here. He can't walk, can't do nothing, and he owns over 100 properties. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I'm like, damn, I see him. I ain't got no excuse. I got a friend that's in jail, that's in Phoenix right now. He's in prison. He's in prison right now. He owns multiple home care agencies, and he owns properties. He's in
Did
jail.
he start this while he went to jail, or did he start this before he went to jail?
In jail. Why he was in jail?
Oh, he started all this whole enterprise he had in jail.
Yes.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, then, yeah, he doing good.
Yeah, he did it. He did all this. He did all this in jail. And it's another guy I know. Well, he had. Matter of fact, he did have a few things going on. But he now he has things. But he's in jail. He got life in prison. And he has multiple home cases. Actually, we interviewed Lamar Oglesby. That's my guy. Lade has a lot going on out here in while he's in prison. I got another guy that's in prison that owns properties, owns businesses while he's in jail. So it's just a matter of just applying yourself and just wanting to do things. In my opinion, I just think that it all boils down to you. But anybody watching this podcast, anybody trying to obtain things, man, listen, yo, sky's the limit, man. Sky's the limit. We can sit here all day and make an excuse why we can't do. I bet you if there was a fire in this building right now and all the windows and doors was locked, we would find a way to we gonna pick up a chair and bust these windows out and try to get out of here. We gonna jump 3 stories, break our legs, and try to get up out of this fire. So you gotta have that same mentality when you're trying to make it, you're trying to be successful. You can't sit back and think that, and put all these things in front of yourself, put these obstacles here like they can't be overcome. So if you're in jail, you coming home and you trying to be successful, stop making excuses. Just stop with all that, yo. Don't come making excuses. Don't step here and I can't do this, I can't do that. Nah, man. It's 2026.
So everybody that's out here not getting it right is making excuses. That's what they doing.
Yes.
That's what you tell them.
9 times out of 10, yeah.
Well, that boy, the whole world is making excuses. The whole world is making excuses.
If they're not making excuses, what they're doing is they're holding themselves back by.
Because I know niggas that try and I'm like, damn, he trying like shit.
Nobody who tried never obtained, don't obtain nothing. Not saying that everybody who's out here trying, they're gonna be driving a Benz or driving a Bentley or a Rolls Royce are gonna have 100 properties. That's not always the outcome for everybody. But they're able to provide for their family. They got a roof over their head. You know what I'm saying? They got a car they probably driving. They got a job that paid them every day. It's all about obtaining something. You know what I'm saying? We can't look back and look at these people, the Kardashians or LeBron James or this person over here and think that everybody's going to have $100 million. That's not reality. That's not now. That's not now. We can all make it and be successful, but everybody is not going to be able to probably get to that level, and that's okay. But as long as you're able to get out and do something that you want to do, be able to have a job and provide for your family, and be able to go out and try to make something happen, that's the key. Starting somewhere. So if you're watching this podcast and you about to come home, or if you got a loved one that's about to come home, when they come home making excuses, man, we're not doing that. Or you can't read, all right, go to school and learn how to read then. You can't write, we're going to put you on this program because there are programs that are free that you can go and learn how to read and write if you can't read and write. But you can't get frustrated and say, man, I'm quitting and go back to the streets.
But you know how,
you can't.
The conversation would never go cross with you, correct? Because you haven't been through it and you don't know nothing about it, and that's a fact. It's hard for an older person. It's hard, not to say it can't get done, but you're going to have a lot of older people that don't make it.
We know it's hard. We know it's hard, but we're saying it can't get done.
Extremely hard, bro.
We're just saying that
I'm not saying it can't get done. But what's the escalator? What's getting done? What's getting done?
All right, if you want it,
wanting what?
If you want it bad enough, you can get it.
9 times out of 10, a nigga that's coming home 45, 50, you're not gonna become no millionaire.
But it's people coming, everybody coming.
That's not happening.
So a millionaire is end all be all?
No, that's not end all be all. But you damn near near it.
What you
damn
mean?
near near it. You're damn near it. A millionaire. You just said. Nigga say what I mean. I said you're damn near it.
$1 million? What you mean?
No, I said becoming a millionaire. What's the you got it right? What's the bar? What's the bar?
The bar is having something going on. That's the bar.
Just having some type of motive,
whatever that you listen, man. And I'm not knocking Burger King or McDonald's. If you're working at Burger King or McDonald's, you on time. You coming into work every day on time. You coming into work and you smiling. You putting the best foot forward in McDonald's. And if you get another job at the McDonald's, you do the same thing there. And then you do the same thing there, same thing there. Like people don't understand. Like I left the streets and I started working. I worked at Comcast, and anybody that know, I worked at Comcast, and I worked in customer service. I didn't know nothing about customer service as far as learning how to system and I know how to sell stuff, but I didn't understand Comcast. I didn't really understand things of that nature. But I got there in Comcast, and what I did, I won a business champion joint every year, and I went over to the sales and retention. And everybody watching and know that work with me at each place there, this is facts. I went there, I applied myself every day, learn the system. I didn't know I was from the streets. I didn't know nothing. All I knew supply and demand, I knew quality, I knew all this stuff from the streets. But I didn't know how to work. I didn't know how to use a computer. I didn't know none of that stuff, but I got in there and I sat there and I learned and I figured it out. So I went through my trials and tribulations too. But they got this thing called President's Club at Comcast. It's Comcast Business Center. I won it every year. I won it every single year, but I didn't get it and everybody who know, I came in my first year and won it. But they every year I was there, and they had something called the Shark Tank at Comcast. I was in the Shark Tank from my first month there. But it all comes from you applying yourself and learning yourself. And then I left Comcast and I applied those things that I learned from the street and I learned from the business aspect of Comcast, and I implemented it into my daily routine as business. So I feel like anybody can accomplish anything. I don't feel like there's nobody better. I feel like everybody can be a millionaire, but it's just up to you. It's up to you. If you believe that you're gonna be a millionaire, go ahead and go do it. You know what I'm saying? But if you want to be a bum and if you want to be a drug dealer, there's a lot come with that. If you want to lay down and give up, it's a lot to come with that. But as long as you have breath in your lungs and have opportunity out here to make something happen, man, ain't no excuse, man. Every day should be your day to get up and try to make something happen. I feel like that. Like I can't depend on nobody to do nothing for me. You know what I'm saying? I can't depend on nobody to do nothing for my children. I can't depend on nobody to do nothing. I can't. If I fall off, even if I may have people that may want to help me, I can't look at it like they're gonna help me. I gotta go out here and put my best foot forward every day and start making excuses to why I can't. I will learn it. Like we sit here, right? These phones, people know how to work Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. So you can't take that time that you on TikTok, put the phone down. Come home from jail, put the phone down, bro. Put the phone down, sis. What you doing? Figure out how to do a business plan. Figure out how to, learn a business, learn a trade, whatever. To put the phones down. That's the problem. We got the phones in our hand all day, like just looking at everybody else succeed. It's not looking at ourselves trying to succeed. We know more about somebody else's life and what they got going on their page. You know what I'm saying? We were looking at, girls looking at men and men looking at women all day on Instagram. We know everything about her, everything about him, but we don't know nothing about how we gonna get to $1. We gotta focus and take the time and opportunity and apply it so that we can be successful. Do not feel like you cannot become a millionaire. Do not feel like somebody is better than you because they got money. They just work hard to get it. So, I just think that anybody coming home that's watching this podcast, that's seeing what we got going on, ain't no excuses, man. If you can't read or write, bro, learn how to read and write, sister. If you can't, you know what I'm saying, you don't know how to, if you coming home with these phones, I just talking to a guy who came home for doing 40 years. Talking to him for 40-something years. Know what he said? I'm just learning how to work this phone, man. It didn't take me time, but I'm figuring it out. He figured out how to work that phone, and he just did 40 years in prison. So he can't. So you making excuses why you can't fill out a job application? Why you can't be why you can't be somewhere to try to get a job every day? Why you can't be applying stuff every day? It's an excuse. It's an excuse, man. And nothing wrong with having a 9 to 5, man. There's nothing wrong with that. A 9 to 5 beats a 10 to 20 all day. So we want to be successful or not. And success doesn't always mean you got to be rich. It doesn't mean that. Success doesn't mean that you have to provide for yourself and your family, however that is. You ain't got to have $1 million. Everybody got to have a Bentley. Everybody got to have a Rolls Royce. Everybody got to have a Hellcat. You can have a car. And you taking care of your family. You winning. You're winning. You know what I'm saying? And if you out here breaking law, you losing. Because eventually something's going to happen to you. You can go to jail. You'll catch a bad break. It's inevitable. And then what happens is now your family really gonna be in a bad space because you in jail. You're not out here with them. So that's just how I see it, man. But what advice would you have, for people that's coming home, young? What would you say to them, the people that's coming home? Or what advice would you have to them? Like, because you came home and went back. What do you think of some of the trial tribulation that made
Like
you
I
go
said
back?
from the beginning, patience. That's the only advice I got.
Yeah.
I don't have no other advice. If you ain't got that, then I don't know what to tell you. I don't stop a man from what he doing. If you see fit, you ain't got no patience, you gonna go do that, stand on what you do. My whole thing is stand on what you do. Don't implicate nobody if you taking the wrong curve. But in order to have, success in a law-abiding citizen lifestyle in an older age after being incarcerated, and the hell with all that, people say making excuses is not an excuse, it's a fact. Man, a lot of shit come with a motherfucker that's doing I don't know too many successful motherfuckers that's coming out of jail after doing 20 and 30 years. I'm not saying it ain't none, but they ain't in abundance.
Yeah.
Where you could be like, damn, or you mentioned Wallow. Wallow, one of the, like, who else can we say behind him?
A lot of dudes, man.
Like who?
We just went to I just went to, me and Dot just went to an event. Shout out to Dot.
Well, you and Dot went to I wasn't there.
Yeah, you didn't come. You didn't come. You should start coming to these events.
I don't be feeling like going to no shit. For real. I'm not. I still stand in my friend.
You got to change your mentality.
But I probably do. That comes with patience.
No,
that comes with patience. That comes with patience.
It's not patience, yo.
Yes, it is. That comes with me. That's for you. You can't pit on with you to everybody else. That comes with patience for me. Patience and learning. Like, damn, you know what? I do got that. That comes with patience. Everything ain't just a standoffish or I'm just with my homie. You know what I mean? You just don't develop that trait overnight.
Well, I'll say this. We just went to an event, right? We went to an event with Dot. Dot was there, me, bunch of guys, people there that came from jail, did substantial amount of time. It was a bunch of people that was there, and they all did time. I'm talking about, like, people did real time too, just like you, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. And there was a full auditorium of people that was there that had a story of coming home and not settling and trying to do the right thing. Now, if everybody millionaires, like I said, may not be true. But if you believe you can do that, you can probably be a millionaire. You can probably do it. I believe you can do it. I done seen people do it, come from nothing, coming from sleeping on floors and put themselves in position by hard work. I done seen people do it. But it just a matter of you putting yourself forward. But we was there in a place, and we was there, and it was people that had culinary people with chefs, and it was one person who was actually even a lawyer. There was a lot of stuff, people that I met there that actually watched the podcast and was talking to me about their success stories. And mine is people from all over the United States. So I seen that auditorium, I seen that, and I seen people there that actually have done it. And I be with you every day. I see you go through your struggles. I see you trying. But I'm saying I seen people who have done it, and you can be like you are motivation to everybody that's coming home that see what you have going on. You know what I mean? But you gotta keep pushing for yourself, and then also you gotta understand a lot of people is watching you and watching to see what you do, whether you.
Yeah, but that ain't gonna get them no success. You whether you watch a man or not, you got to want it.
But it's motivation, yeah. But it's still motivation. Like it's like if a person looking at a person who has a gym, and I can be out of shape. If I'm watching this person and I see him going to the gym every day, and I see him trying every day, maybe he can motivate me to want to get in shape. You know what I'm saying? Or if I'm around somebody every day, and I'm seeing them every day, I see you every day. Trying to do something, trying to learn business, trying to be a better person, trying to do different things, trying to just learn as much as you can. Eventually, you're gonna rub off on me in some non-duty, in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Some good qualities gonna rub off, and then also vice versa. Bad qualities rub off on you too. I'm hanging around somebody who just getting high all day, drinking all day, smoking all day. Matter of fact, let me take a sip real quick. Nobody's too strong for that. So we gotta be careful for that too as well, because you gotta be careful who you hanging with. And they say no, you hang with somebody who getting money, see them getting money, you got a nice car or whatever the case may be, and they say no, you trying to sell drugs, not taint it that way. So it works in so many different ways. But back to what I was saying is, if you see somebody consistently doing something, watching somebody be positive on a positive note, like people watching you do your thing being
And
positive.
here go that. If I come outside, just me coming outside, I'll be one of the biggest podcasters in the world. Man, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Just by me coming outside.
Why do you have a negative demeanor towards
That's not
that?
a negative demeanor. I'm just saying, get out of here with it.
But you haven't
by
tried
me
it.
coming outside,
But you
I
haven't
walk
tried
outside every day.
But you haven't came to any events and tried it. You haven't tried it.
That's going to turn me into the biggest podcast in the world by coming to an event, huh? Going to a Sixers game or a basketball game.
Allah knows best.
It's going to.
No, but more people might want to meet you and talk to you. But you can't knock it till you haven't tried it.
I'm not knocking it, but I'm saying I'm not never saying, yo, no, that's crazy. I'm not. If you do that, that'll make you one of the biggest podcasters in the world by coming to an event.
Say somebody want to meet you there, you never know who you might meet out there. It might be, we heard stories about people who been in certain places and ran into certain people by being in a right spot at the right time, not on duty. You seen people go to certain places, you're like, dang, one day I was here and I met this person.
Yeah, but this is something totally new to me. I ain't with the meeting new people. I never been with it. This is not something I wanted to embark on. Like when you got that, it's just I got a gift at telling stories. That's it. That's what I looked at it as. Now it can get larger than that. Something that I never came from. See, this is what motherfuckers got to realize. This is not something that a motherfucker wanted to jump in. You obtain to be this and then you be good at it because that. No, a lot of people stumble across things because they got certain gifts and certain things. Now they got to conform to that to do this. That's not me. I'm not a people person unless I'm with my friends and family members. I'm standoffish, but that don't make you a bad person either. But in this world, you got to go to basketball games. You got to go out. You got to smile. I don't be liking to do that. And I'm not saying that it's wrong for the next man to do it. But I'm never was one of the persons, yo, what's going on? Yeah, mingle. I ain't never been on that. I never been on that. As far as you've been knowing me all my life, when I ever been doing that? Unless it's with the guys.
But yeah,
or anybody that I know. Not saying that's a good thing or a bad thing.
But we in the hood.
I'm just saying,
we in the hood. So what you now got to look at is that's just a part of the game. You know what I'm saying? If it's a part of the game, I'm saying you gotta go everywhere and be out all the time, but pick certain events that may be beneficial. Just never know who you're gonna run into. So you gotta have that mentality that you want to meet different people, and so forth and so on. Because like people might want to meet you. Like people when we was there at the event, people was asking where you was at. They don't. People don't want to really see me.
To ask where I'm at, to what? To shake my hand and take a picture with me?
Alana's best what they wanted to do. You wasn't there to see it, so I can't say what would happen and what would go on, but you never know. Once again, until you apply it. So it's like if I stay in the house all day, it's a missed opportunity for me. I can't stay in the house all day because I feel like I'm a missed opportunity. I can't, sit back. And if I had something I got to do, I won't be able to sleep. I don't know. I just program myself. I got something I got to do. I'm not going to be able to go to sleep until the task is done.
Right.
So I find myself up at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning completing a task or doing something because I just can't. I can't function if I don't have it done. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I don't. But that came over time of me trying to obtain certain things. If you want something, you got to go all out to get it. You got to go all out. Whatever it is, you got to go all out, man.
You don't think everybody wants something in this world and tries to go out and get it?
No.
I don't think nobody not want nothing.
No, I think that people when the first sign of what I say, the first sign of rejection, it makes people, man, joint. Like the first thing,
I agree to that.
Oh yeah, it's 2 miles away.
I agree to that.
Man, I can't. Hey man, I gotta be there at 6 o'clock. Man, I be trying to chill. Right? It's the mental aspect of you. Once you fight your deal with. That's why I said start with yourself. Is once you defeat yourself and get rid of the negative aspect, whatever it is that's within yourself, it's gonna allow you to get out here and stand on 2 feet a little different. Have a different mind state. You're gonna see more people. You're gonna see more things. On duty. You're gonna see more people. You're gonna see more people that's trying to do the same thing you're doing. More people that probably can help you get to the point where you're trying to get to. All these different things are out there because everybody's trying to find, opportunity. And it's out there. It's not in the house. Opportunity is not in the house. Opportunity is not in the hood of North Philly, South Philly. It's not there. It's not opportunity. It's not sitting on the corner to kicking it with our friends, talking about what we used to do. You know what I mean? You heard what's called say? You talk about what you used to do. All that stuff don't matter. Let's talk about what we trying to do, what we going to do, and how we going to do it, and how we going to get there. That's what makes sense. But these networks, like even these circles, these events, and like you got the live event, we had a hell of a time, and it was a bunch of people that we see in the chat and we talk to on the phone, but we never really met people, individuals, face to face. But we got out there and met people that watch the podcast, that watch the videos, that that show us love. We felt like it was right at home. Like I felt like we hugging people like we known them for 20 years. Like they was blood relatives. But this is the aspect of going out and trying to do something. And you can be look at these guys, man. Joe Rogan. If you want to look at people that's African American, look at the top 10. It had Joe Budden. He worth $27 million. Joe Budden had a drug addiction, and he was in jail. I think he was in jail. I think he was on crack. And you come back from being on crack. I ain't never known you to be on no crack. He came back from being on crack to worth $27 million. You know what I'm saying? That's not nothing. That's not nothing to scoff at. That's not. You know what I'm saying? And they just released that what's the bull other guy Charlemagne the God, worth about 30 million, podcasting. And so, whatever it may be, there's opportunity out there for those who want it. And I always use people that's close to us, like that's close by. Like I use Wallow as an example because I seen Wallow when he first came home, when he was doing, and I called Wallow and helped him. I paid him to do commercials for my certain businesses that I had at the time, and this around the time Wallow was taking $300 a video, but he was out here. He had a van, like a little minivan. Pulled up in his minivan, hopped out. You know what I mean? Started talking about the business. $300, and now went from that $300. Now you can't. Wallow wouldn't even look at you. Could offer Wallow $300. He gonna look at you like you're crazy. But that was his grind. I just remember because I remember that aspect because I was actually one of his supporters in paying him to do commercials for my business. So, and he applied himself, and as are you applying yourself, but you can never feel like you're doing enough. Never feel like you're doing enough, man. So yeah, y'all, we need to let everybody know, man, that opportunity, man, is out there. You just don't never know. So you can't never just say I'm not gonna do something, especially if you ain't got nothing going on. Like if I'm chilling in the crib and I ain't got nothing going on, and it's an event where I know people are gonna be there, that's maybe able to help do certain things. Excuse me, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there. One of the things I did in business, I did it, and people didn't want to do it. On certain thing, I was like, I had an idea of doing something, and I decided to do it, and it worked, and it paid off. But I was hearing people say, "No, I don't do this. No, I don't do that, man. No, man. It's gonna be this." First thing is everybody try to look at is the negative aspect. Man, it's gonna be man. You gotta do all this paperwork. You gotta do all that, and now the opportunity is there, and people who didn't even help have an opportunity to benefit. So I'm a firm believer in just going out here and trying to do. If you want to put your mind to doing something, do it. Don't listen to all yourself, the mental aspect of yourself, the devil, who's gonna be trying to tell you, "Oh man, that joint's gonna be hard. You gotta travel over here. You gotta do this, do that." It's just like I've had business opportunities with people in other states, or people opportunities to do stuff in other states, and oh man, it's a long distance and it's just too far. But they sitting in the hood on the block, and then as soon as they go to jail, now or something, everybody want to do the right thing now. Like, nah, man, no, you should have been thinking right at that time, So take advantage of the opportunities that are in front of you. But for you, young, you know, and once again, how does it feel? Like you now, dude, you just sit back and you don't really understand the